Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.
Live from the GBM studios in Belize City, it's Open Your Eyes. Start your morning right with your hosts, Sabrina Daly and Paul Lopez.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
I'm Paul Lopez.
And good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
How we doing?
I'm doing fine. It is Tuesday, February 10th. That means that we are 4 days away from the Day of Love.
From the 14th. Yes, that's correct. But before we get into a little bit of chit-chatting, we want to say a special good morning to our TikTok viewers. As you guys know, we have been enjoying some behind-the-scenes conversations with our TikTok fans. And as the routine now goes, we do have to sign off from here and go over to our social media viewers on like YouTube and Facebook. Good morning to you guys as well, and anyone else tuning in Belize and over the world. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, Paul.
Indeed, and I want to say good morning, a special good morning to the folks down in Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
I was in Punta Gorda yesterday.
Did you feel the love?
Oh, it's the first time in a long time that I went down deep down south to do a story, and specifically in Punta Gorda town, and I just loved how warm and hospitable people were, and everybody know everything. Everybody know everybody's business.
That's a small community for you, okay?
Right? People know. Oh yeah, man. It work wrong, so. Oh yeah, man. It just gone. How you know the person gone to the hospital? They know in the market.
Must be a dream for a reporter to try to collect information in smaller communities.
Oh yes, I have a number. You just have this person number and randomly at random.
Yeah.
And so it was, though the circumstances were heavy in terms of why I went to Punta Gorda to cover a double murder. Yeah. I saw the community and the closely knit environment that they operate in, regardless of race, color, ethnicity, any of that stuff. And so it weighed heavy on my heart. And so I left PG with a story about a murder, but also in my heart a story about a close-knit community. And it's the reason why incidents like these, it's not one of the topics, but it's one of the reasons why incidents like these, like double murder and
or any type of
crime, why it impacts and affects the community so much, because everybody knows each other so well that you likely know who that victim was, and you likely know closely the family that's grieving the loss of their loved one. And in many cases, you also likely know the perpetrator and their family as well. Yes. And in many cases, you might have to those two worlds might have to come across in a park or at the market or at the grocery store, right? But it's beautiful to see PG. I like that place there. I might have to go down more frequently and see what PG is all about from the lighter side, if you would.
Absolutely. I totally resonate with that. But we do have to move things along. We have some commenters already, I'm told, too. So let's jump into that. We have, this is Samson saying, "Hey, Paul, the right there me and you going cross way. The PG, we got the big seafront, and we mind with business. Big seafront,
and we mind with business.
Guys,
well,
blind, forgive me, okay?
No, you know, I granted you have them people there, but the people there where I meet yesterday.
Samson said you to try romanticize.
No man, me gonna fish market.
Business.
Me gonna vegetable market. Me gonna hospital. Me gonna the park.
You gonna work, pal. You gonna puppy foot.
No, me the tour, and I tell you, them people, man. So yeah. He living at the park.
PG love, Samson
when my
said.
business, but PG that love me and Samson could agree on that.
Paint it to the world. Yes, exactly. Samson. Lock in. All right. So let's move things along. We do have a wonderful show lineup. We have some other let's jump into some of the comments this morning, Paul. We have people sharing their thoughts quite early, and so might as well we get some thoughts from them. We have Wilbert saying, "Good morning, Sabrina and Paul. All open your eyes in Greater Belize Media. And viewers, home and abroad, do enjoy your day. Remember to be kind to the known and unknown. God bless." That's a beautiful, beautiful message. All right. But let's jump into our show lineup. We do have some wonderful conversations to look forward to this morning. Starting off with BTIA's president speaking on his vision for 2026 tourism. Also, creating fairer markets through competition policy development. Madisco will be in the house, and they'll be bringing delicious wine and cheese under the stars. We've been talking about that event since last week, Friday, so I'm definitely looking forward to another element of that discussion. And then after that, uniting youth through basketball with Ahmadiyya Basketball League. And finally, a night of ballads and blues with Loreto Pelayo Trio.
Yeah.
We love the Loreto group, and so that's sounding like a wonderful time. We have Lucian saying good morning to all my peeps. Good morning, Lucian. Thank you for popping in. We have Esther Weatherburn saying love you all. We love you too.
I love that. And Little Bird told me that Loreto Pelayo Trio, that they'll be in the house this morning, right? So, and they'll be playing some live music. So we're looking
giving
forward.
You a tease of what to expect.
Indeed. Yeah. And it's always a delight to have them. So in terms of our things you need to know, we have a list of several items here to look into. Shine announces return to stage. What do you think about that? Multiple persons injured in shocking hit and run in Belize City. That was an incident over the weekend we can likely discuss. Another development from over the course of the last 2 days. BTL shares updates on progress in severance payments. Yesterday, this one stirred up a lot of conversation. Belize chef earns internationally recognized culinary certification. You have to have a certificate for being a chef or not. What is it about? Creativity, science, art, you know? For cook a big pot of rice and beans, you need certification. We'll talk about it. Shoreline rescue efforts begins in Monkey River, and those are the conversations we have lined up.
All right, Paul. Well, let's jump into it. I know that a lot of people, there's a lot of buzz around some of these conversations or these topics that you mentioned. But yesterday, what really got the conversation started was the announcement of Shine returning to the musical stage. Now, you know a couple Shine bops?
Yeah, I
Make a hear you laugh one. Go there, Paul. Make a hear. Bad boy.
You put me on the spot.
Let's go.
I say no. I'm good.
I say go.
There's one that starts with a bad word, right? He said, "Who wanna?"
Ashes, dust to dust. Yeah. I have the shine bass, you know.
Do you like? Is that like the type of music you listen to put you to bed at night?
Probably not.
No, it wakes you up in the morning.
I might listen to it, you know, at the gym. I love rap music.
When you listen to
hip-hop music.
If you would listen to a Shine track, like what's the energy you are looking for and the event or occasion you're attending?
Probably not an occasion. No, let me not say that.
What's the moment you're
like
in?
the vibe I'm going for, right?
Yeah.
It's probably if I want to feel super like confident, you know, because his music, well, at least that song, which is one of them that I probably know the most or might be the most familiar with, I guess I should say. It kind of has like that, like, you know, like vibe, yeah.
Who are messing me?
Bad boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a huge announcement that came on the scenes yesterday that Shine Barrow, to the rest of the world, just known as Shine, will be returning to the musical stage in New York, and that's a big deal. I believe his first performance will be at the King's Theater, and it's a big deal for a lot of people. I know here in Belize, he's been received with mixed feelings over the years because of his political career, but we cannot discredit and discount the fact that he has been perhaps one of the most successful Belizean to break into the music industry or mainstream music industry. And so that has to be recognized, and we're just excited for him, you know?
Yeah, to the man on the ground, he is Shine. In Parliament, he is Most Honorable Moses Shine Barrow.
Yeah.
And then to Miss Panton, whenever she wants to take a job at him, it's Jamal Barrow, right?
Yeah.
But either way, I've looked closely at his career over the last few years from music into politics, and I appreciate the evolution of
he has quite a story, right?
Shine Barrow, right? And I know there's a lot of people that say, well, this is what he should stick to, music. He should stay away from the political arena.
Since you said that, we have a commenter, Manigio, saying, I support Shine returning to the stage as long as it's not a rally. I mean, go figure. That tells you a lot right there.
When you look at the people he rubs shoulders with in the music industry, I mean, people that we as young persons and even young adults, we look up to, the Ja Rules, the Tylers. He rubs shoulders with these people, and you can't help but look at it with some level of amazement and some level of admiration, like, wow. And this is the same man where we sit down with the press conference,
right?
Youth for the Future drive.
But tell about yourself sometimes.
Heckle each other, right? So yes, there's a great deal of admiration from a lot of Belizeans. I'm certain when it comes to the music and his musical journey, if you would.
Yeah, we have Lucian saying, remember Shine had a love jam with Ashanti? Do you remember that song, Paul?
I don't know.
I don't know. Forgive me. I'm a little bit young too, though.
Yeah,
but I could go back in time when I need to.
Some of like, if you really sit down and listen to some of his songs and some of the lyrics that he has in these songs, at the time, when you contextualize it for the time, they were really relatable, and they were really meant for the time.
But that's how music
and the
works
age,
too,
right?
Though, right?
So some people would have probably compare what he was saying there in terms of relatability to how J. Cole does it in today's day and age, right? And don't shoot me down for comparing
the
Shine
two.
with
Careful.
J. Cole, but it's a time, it's a place, and so I know that there's a lot of people in the industry, music industry, that are excited to see him return to the stage. I think we got a bit of taste from that BET Awards performance with him and Diddy on stage, the infamous, the notorious. And so now I think a lot of persons in the music industry, big names, are excited to see him return. And also we can expect, I believe, to see a lot of big names join him on stage as well for this performance. If I had the means, I would jump on a plane and I would want to be there just to witness his return, to witness the huge artists that will be on stage with him, and to feel a sense of nostalgia. You can't discredit how much people love this man, especially for his contributions to music and all that he went through in terms of being in prison and people feeling like he was unjustly tried and treated unfairly in that manner. And so we're excited.
Yeah, my final thought on this is I'm looking forward to seeing if, one, there will be new music, and two, I think we all expect that he will showcase his country, Belize, one way or another. We saw when he did it on the BET stage, and that was perhaps one of the biggest musical stages, or the biggest musical stage that we saw. Our flag just on display. probably giving us the same feeling that we got 2 nights ago when we saw our flag at the halftime show Super Bowl game, right? And so I'm expecting that Belize will be identified and called out and recognized one way or another. And this is just something that we should be proud of, guys, regardless of what your sentiments are regarding Shine Barrow as a politician. We are looking at him as a musician and what this means for us, the doors that it could potentially open for other musicians as well.
Indeed.
Let's move things along. Speaking of other doors that are opening, we want to talk about some food, Paul.
Yeah.
And we think we know good music, and we also think we know good food. And people that will be whipping up some good food, especially since they're now certified, or some chefs, some local chefs here in Belize. You would know, Paul, that we have always boasted of, really having quality food in this country. People come here all over the world and they really commend us for the flavors that they get in our various dishes. We had well-known chef Sean Quillen talking about that Belizean dish, and if you come with certain restrictions, we already have you covered. If you're lactose intolerant, there's the coconut milk, if you have a gluten sensitivity, there's something for that we naturally have, that we don't have to necessarily go about modifying. And so there was a few chefs here in Belize that were able to get some culinary certification. Apparently it was a rigorous training that really challenged them to a point now where they can proudly say that they have this level of certification, which I believe also amps up their qualifications, so to speak, Paul.
And their desirability, probably.
Their desirability, perhaps where they'll go next, if they'll have their own restaurants or if they'll be working in higher-end restaurants. Ultimately, this is just good for food, and it's good for tourism even.
Here is what rubbed people the wrong way, though.
Tell me.
When Chef Quillen said, Belize, we got a culture where you could just put on a hard hat and put on one jumpsuit and a mechanic. Or you could just put on a chef cap and put on an apron and all of a sudden a chef.
Yeah.
And that rubbed people the wrong way because people were saying you don't necessarily need a certificate to cook good, right? And people were comparing the certified chef to the auntie where cook one big pot of rice and beans.
Nobody can cook it better than she.
You know when lunchtime contact at your preferred spot.
Yeah.
Or people or the granny where could really stew down that chicken and they could, if you talk about a mean escabeche or a mean tamales, they know how to do it well. And there are people who are certified. They're certified in a experience.
Yeah.
They're certified in the kitchen. This is where the certification come from the full the grand picnic belly, full the picnic belly, and serving the community. And so that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because they're like, all right, we hear you, but why you in essence knock people when not certified, but still in the kitchen they cook, right? And so in a sense, I think people kind of misinterpreted what he was saying, but also I understand where people they come from. At the same time, you have to understand too that cooking that as much passion and art as it is a science.
Yeah.
And what these young chefs that have aspirations to cook in these big resorts, that has aspirations to go beyond the borders of Belize, what they need to do is to grab hold of the science, because the science come with understanding measurements. The science come with understanding how this food react with this food, how these elements react with this element, understanding the biology, how certain enzymes break down, so that when you serve your guest, you could know that this might be harmful for them if they got allergies, etc. That's the science. And the art and the talent, I think that comes naturally for us as Belizeans.
Yeah.
That personal touch when you put this on the side and you put that on the side. And so while there was a big upheaval, if you go back and you look at the commentary from our initial Facebook post on that issue, there's this big upheaval. I see it as a good way forward.
Yeah.
And I don't know that those aunties and grannies and even uncles that have been in the kitchen for a long time, that they'll ever get certification, except for like health certifications, and that they'll ever need it because their food just won't taste as good. But when you're competing at a level where they require and demand that level of qualification and certification, especially where understanding the sense of food is concerned, I see the need for it.
I think it depends what your goal is, you know. As you mentioned, if you have aspirations to go to certain places, right, you will have that requirement to be certified. You could cook good food, but to some people that's not enough. They want to see that piece of paper. And it got me thinking of, like, you know, that person who you consider like a bush doctor versus a doctor, right? You can't or when we had what was the name of that guy who was wearing the white coat during COVID-19?
Dr. Sutherland.
Yeah.
Quote unquote,
Dr. Sutherland, right? Like, there are people who go through rigorous years of schooling, training, certification to be able to call themselves formally by these professions. And that doesn't discredit the ones that have that natural gift or have that natural ability. But I think the respect is due to people who go about investing in themselves in that way.
You can't tell me when I eat in the kitchen and I put that vinegar on that chicken that means that, you know, at least science to go on there because the chicken they clean good. Me understand the science, breads, I know certificate, and certified, but me understand the science and leave it. But still, I respect them people who go above and beyond.
Nobody can't tell me anything. My auntie makes the best rice and beans, and in our house, she is Chef Martha.
But is she certified though?
You know, it doesn't matter, Paul. It doesn't matter. But let's move things along. We have one last commenter. Oh, Lucian saying, being certified as a chef is more than just cooking food. It is about understanding flavors, understanding how the kitchen works, and also how to manage people as well.
That's good. So the training helper with all of that, good stuff, Lucian. I appreciate that comment.
Alrighty. Well, Paul, we do got to wrap up this leg of the show and move things along. At this time, we do have to take our first break. But don't go anywhere, because when we come back, our first conversation is all about BTIA's president speaking on his vision for 2026 tourism.
Full-Tech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Full-Tech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy Inc. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Full-Tech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should your banking. Belize Bank. Go digital.
Crossed borders in Central America, searching for the stories behind the places we think we know. I'm Sabrina Daly, traveling as a Belizean, curious about the culture, the people, and the experiences that make each destination stand out. From the spirited landscapes of Honduras to the evolving heartbeat of El Salvador.
Go pupusas!
This journey explores what it really feels like to travel our region. This is Across Borders.
Back to Open Your Eyes. This is our first conversation this morning, and it's all about BTIA's president speaking on his vision for Tourism 2026. We are joined by Efren Perez. Good morning, Mr. Perez. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having us and for allowing us this space for us to be able to discuss tourism and what we're looking forward to 2026.
Absolutely. It's been quite a busy, I think, first 2 months for you, or month and a half, thereabout. And I know that you assuming presidency, was it last year?
Last year in January.
Last year in January. There's been a lot that has taken place since then.
Yeah.
Let's get a quick overview of that then, what your first year has been like, and then we can go into what the expectations are for tourism in Belize 2026.
Absolutely. I think last year when we started the presidency, it was in January, we pretty much hit the ground running. There were a lot of items that we wanted to accomplish. More than anything else, one of the key things that we continue to work on is that relationship between public and private sector within tourism. We have a really good relationship with them, and also reaching out regionally. As you know, I am the current president for the Federation of Chambers of Tourism of Central America and the Dominican Republic. And so it allows us to really be at that table discussing issues, not only particularly those that impact Belize, but also the entire region, really building the Central American brand also, and really playing a key role in the integration process when it comes to tourism, looking at opportunities for our stakeholders. We participated, and you guys went along with us to the Central American Travel Market, which is one of the largest travel trade shows in Central America, that is organized particularly to bring in travel wholesalers and international press to showcase the tourism experience. From there, we also brought in about 40 wholesalers and press to Belize, and we really did a good coverage in terms of the key locations within Belize within 3 days. And so that allows us to really allow the private sector to be able to showcase their products into the international market. This year, what we're trying to do is we're trying to continue that trend, but really starting to focus on what are the needs, particularly in the destinations. I think that if we are to be serious about growing tourism, we have to really start to build a very strong public-private sector relationship, and that doesn't only mean with tourism, it means across the board. And I say that because from the experience that we have just going into the destinations, we have 10 chapters across the entire country, and so we've only managed to do 3 since the start of the year. But within those 3, we're getting a good grasp of what these destinations are looking for. And so, for example, San Pedro, we did San Pedro early January, we did Punta Gorda late January, and just recently we did Hopkins. And all of them are very unique. Every destination is unique. Every destination needs a particular attention to particular areas that are impacting them. In San Pedro, for example, I think one of the key things that resonated was sargassum. As you know, last year we got impacted heavily by sargassum. Through BTIA, we managed to work along with the Ministry of Tourism, and we ended up getting a grant from the Belize Trust for us to be able to sort of help the properties with some additional funds for them to be able to mitigate the sargassum issue. Obviously, this year we have to start again. Because that's a recurrent issue. Every year it gets worse. Climate change is really upon us now. And so that is one of the areas that really is impacting, for example, San Pedro. Then we have the road conditions leading up north.
Yeah.
And it's no secret that there has been accidents of tourists on that road.
Yeah.
And so I think, again, that conversation needs to continue. Why? Because apart from having our hoteliers being prepared, apart from the Ministry of Tourism having that culinary certification process, there are other things that interconnect into what is the general tourism. For example, the road is critical, because it's not only the safety of the guests traveling on golf carts on those roads, but also allows, for example, if we have a medical emergency, so that the fire trucks or even the ambulances can get to the north side in a quicker response. And so all of these things play a key role, because when you are out on vacation, there might be chances that you might get injured. You might twist an ankle, you might, especially those going diving, So all of these things, we have to take it into consideration if we want to continue to grow the industry the way we want.
How does the association bridge the gap between the concerns and the vision of industry stakeholders and input from the governments, and whether it is investment or policy?
Well, one of the key things, like I said, that we're very happy about is the relationship that we've built over the years with the Ministry of Tourism. Minister Anthony Mala has been very, attentive to the needs of the industry and very focused, and so that allows us to have that dialogue. I also sit on the board of the Belize Tourism Board, and so that allows me to be able to give them firsthand the experiences that we're hearing, and most of these reports are channeled to them also, so that they know what is going on the ground, and for us to be able to sit down and really discuss what are these issues and how they can assist through other ministries to get the assistance that we need. Obviously, we know that it's not going to be something that is going to happen overnight, but those steps need to be taken for us to be able to start to see a change. In Hopkins, for example, one of the key things that they had pointed out to us was the clinic. There's not a clinic there that is really equipped in case of minor emergencies. Most of those guests might need to go all the way to Dangriga or maybe Belmopan, and so those are things that I feel, while the industry does cooperate a lot in terms of really fundraising and making sure that they're giving back to certain areas like those, we certainly need to have that deeper conversation in terms of how can we make it work better with these basic services that should be in these destinations, right? Yeah. It's not only for the guests, it's also for the communities that are there. And so I think all of these are really valid concerns that have been popping up. And so apart from that, we also have, for example, the need for marketing. In Toledo, for example, it's considered as a forgotten destination.
Mm-hmm. We just had Paul talking about what a wonderful experience he had in Punta Gorda.
Yes.
Right. I mean, on top of your mind, for a regular Belizean, going to PG is not something that will pop up.
It is so far away.
Right.
Yeah.
But PG has a wealth of activities, right? And it's a very unique destination. I mean, compared to, for example, Hopkins or San Pedro or any of the other busy islands, Hopkins, Toledo gives you a more nature-based approach. And so for those adventure seekers, I mean, I would certainly encourage all Belizeans during the Easter season is coming up. So, visit your backyard, visit Toledo, visit Hopkins, these destinations, familiarize yourself with what is out there,
Being in a leadership position with Fedecatur, I imagine there are conversations about the potential that Belize has to tap into that Central American market.
Absolutely.
And just yesterday, I believe we were talking about the duality that Belize has, being a part of CARICOM and also a part of Central America as well. Do you believe that we take advantage enough of our Central American identity, being the only English-speaking country in this region?
I think in the past we haven't been as engaged, and I say that even from the private sector. We haven't been as engaged as we are now. Part of those regional committees in terms of the decision making of, whom we're bringing into the destination as agents or as press. I think it has allowed us to really seek more opportunities for Belize and for our stakeholders. Through the region, we just also had our certification that we're going to be rolling out this year, which is a service-based certification. It's a regional certification for frontline and management. And so we're very, very happy about that. There's also other certifications that we're looking at through the Ministry of Tourism for hotel quality and standards, right? And so all of these are important because when travelers are coming into the destination, they're expecting a level of service and a level of quality. And so we have to work together to ensure that the industry is prepared, and so all of these are things that we're looking at this year. And so like I said, I feel that being a part of Central America really does give us a huge advantage in terms of knowing what's going on, and we're next door. Like you said, it's not only the Central American traveler that can come in, but also the international Europeans that are coming in. There are places like Guatemala, Honduras, they all have long-haul flights from Europe. So instead of us going and reinventing the wheel, it's taking advantage of what is there and really building multi-destination packages, allowing those travelers to visit more than one destination at a time.
Adding to that, if my memory serves me correctly, attending the Central American tourism market last year, I remember one of the points of discussions was the free movement within this region and perhaps some of the red tapes that still exist where travelers in Central America, whether you live in Central America or you simply want to experience the region as a package is concerned, there are some challenges when it comes to borders and moving freely. Is that something that's still on the table that's being discussed, and are there any solutions being put forward?
Absolutely. Right now there are countries like, for example, Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala that have been working towards the CA4, which is the free border access for local, and the focus of that is really to have, cross-border tourism also. I don't believe Belize has been signed on to it, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard the Minister of Immigration the other day speaking about issuing the border cards over to Guatemalans. That is a good step, because similarly to the Mexican side, when those cards were issued and when the fees were removed, we saw an increase in the number of Mexicans coming in. And so that allows us to start to tap into the regional markets. And right now, I feel it is important to start to look at these emerging markets simply because of what's going on in the U.S., right? You wake up one morning, you don't know what's going on, right? And so I think that our biggest market for Belize is and continues to be the U.S. market, but we can't solely be dependent on that. There is the Canadian market. We have direct flights coming in also from Canada right now. And so, the flight from Montreal, for example, on Air Canada, that does a same-day connection from Europe to Belize. And so we have to start to maximize these things and really start to look at the outside markets. And so this year we are teaming up with the Belize Tourism Board, and we're going to be giving training to hoteliers to prepare them for these emerging markets.
What has been your observation in terms of visitors coming and having a growing interest in purchasing property and real estate in Belize, and does that help or hurt the industry ultimately?
I think real estate is something that is available throughout the country. You can't deny the fact that we have some really amazing destinations. Corozal, for example, is known for a lot of expats coming in and buying homes and staying there. But what has happened, and one of the things that we have to be very careful also, is the Airbnbs. These are converted then into Airbnbs, and if they're not registered with the Belize Tourism Board, then that impacts the hotelier who is paying their taxes towards the industry. And And so those are some of the challenges I feel we have when it comes to the real estate part of it, the Airbnbs and how they are impacting the overall numbers. In my recent visits to San Pedro and also to Hopkins, one of the things that I kept on hearing from some of the hoteliers is that, we're seeing the numbers increase, because right now we have, I think last year we closed off with about 550,000 overnight stays.
Yeah.
But some hotels are not seeing the numbers.
Right.
So, when we got into the conversation, that exactly happened. Is it that the Airbnbs are taking over? Are travelers more looking for Airbnbs?
Well, I mean,
So how do you monitor that?
Well, in many cases, just an observation, Airbnbs tend to have competitive prices, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, and not only the prices, also the accommodations, you tend to have a bit more flexibility as a visitor.
Yeah.
With an entire apartment and kitchen, etc., at a cheaper price. Is it that hotels need to essentially step up their game to compete with Airbnb versus Airbnbs having to tone down their offering so that hotels can get a piece of the pie?
Also, how do you monitor that? Figure out who's using their property as Airbnbs?
Well, I know that there's ongoing work through the Ministry of Tourism, BTB, to really sort of make sure that everybody who has an Airbnb is registered. It is a tedious process because you have to be on the ground constantly, and I know that they have processes in place that they utilize to make sure that they're tracking these things. But I think going back to what you mentioned, one of the interesting things that came out from some of the visits that we did is that we heard that more and more properties are really moving into an all-inclusive. Right, so they're putting more value for the traveler now coming in because of that, right? I mean, you wouldn't expect a hotel to reduce their prices but adding value and making it important, that is what I think is where the industry is driving. I was surprised because I know a couple of years ago, all-inclusives in Belize was not part of what we offered. And so when we were in Hopkins particularly, there were several properties that said, I have an all-inclusive package. Oh, I'm considering all-inclusive because that hotel was doing it and it seems as if though it's working. And so I think the value added and within the value added that they're adding is the activities, the tours, right? And so all of these things I think will really sort of at some point or the other attract the traveler to go that direction rather than doing it on their own, because you sort of run the risk also if you don't know where you are or you don't know, whom to call or connect, for certain activities.
Does the industry really need local tourism when it's the foreign visitors that are essentially, based on my observation, and I could be wrong, spending the money? They're the ones buying the week stays, the 2 weeks vacations, going on the tours, spending on the food at the hotel. Is the local tourism market really an essential in the scope of the tourism ministry here in Belize?
Absolutely. You'd be surprised to know that there are hotels that their primary market is the U.S. and the secondary market is the Belize market. Meaning that that there are a lot of Belizeans traveling on weekends. I mean, it might not be 5 days stay, but it would be a 2-3 night stay over the weekends,
Which
long
goes a long way.
Yeah.
Right, which goes a long way because they fill the gaps in terms of, where we're losing ground in terms of travelers not coming from the U.S. because of what's going on. And so the local market really plays an important role for a lot of hotel properties here. And I think if we continue to foster that and continue to offer Belizeans better rates, I think we would be able to also really balance it off using our local market. When Easter comes, a lot of Belizeans leave the country to go outside, especially into the Riviera Maya.
Cheaper.
Right. So, I mean, and I think that during the Easter is also somewhat of a high peak season in Belize, so our prices are not as low as it should be. But still, I think that if we take the time outside of that also, even in the summer, which is the low period for Belize, and really get to know your destinations, get to know the activities that are going on, I think that plays a very important role and can help us within the industry also.
So what's the vision that you laid out when you first took up this role, and how are you seeing that vision not only evolve but realized?
Well, when we had initially started off, like I mentioned, there's a lot of things that we have not been doing as an association, and so one of the first things that we've tried to work towards is the engagement with our public-private sector, because at the end of the day, we can't do it on our own, and we definitely need public sector to be on our side for us to be able to start that discussion to see where certain changes will be made. That has been working extremely well for us, and we continue to reach out to the different ministries. In fact, we'd be partnering with the Ministry of Health quite soon in terms of training that they will have for food and beverage managers, right? And so those types of relationships, I think, are key for us to be able to continue to grow the way we want. But more so also now going on to the destinations, one of the key things also that we're looking at is training. There's a lot of training that has not been going on. In Punta Gorda, for example, they were asking us for housekeeping training, right? And so all of these things are things that we are outlining. So we will have like a calendar for the entire year of trainings that we will be rolling out in different areas: customer service, the basic waiter trainings. We'll have housekeeping, and also the collaboration that we'll be doing with Ministry of Health and also with BTB in terms of, teaching these hoteliers and tour operators what to do and how to expect to work with the emerging markets. I think a lot of properties in Belize somewhat don't work with a lot of the regional agencies because of the language barrier also, right? And I think that more and more these agents are English speaking now, so it makes it easier. But the demographics are different. The profile of the traveler, either Central American, European, or even Mexican, are totally different than the US market. And so understanding those are important for them, because then they'll be able to really create packages and pricing that suits these particular markets at particular seasons also, right? And so those are some of the key things that I think we'll be focusing on this year, which is training, the marketing. With this year again, we'll be participating in the Central American travel market. That's the first week in October in Guatemala City. And we have one that we're also going to be working with Mundo Maya, which is the Mundo Maya trade show. It's called the Kiwik. Will be held in Yucatan this year. So we'll continue to work on those to make sure that we're offering as much as we can to the industry, providing them with necessary tools.
All right. Well, my final question is, what are your expectations for tourism here in Belize in 2026, and do you believe that we are set to meet those targets?
I think we're pretty much on the right path. And the reason I say that is because there has been, just in 2024, we saw an increase in terms of airlifts also. And I know that the Ministry of Tourism and BTB are continuing to work on other areas to improve on that. So I think from those, the numbers will certainly increase. And from our part, I think that once we're able to really provide the industry with the tools and really look at these key challenges that they're having, I think we're poised to meet targets, certainly.
All right.
Excellent.
Ephraim Perez, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure having you on the couch, and we wish you guys all the best.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
No
also.
problem. Keep up the great work, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we take a quick break now, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, our next conversation is creating fairer markets through competition policy development.
That's me. My data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart's group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquit Equipment Parts Service.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should your banking. Belize Bank. Go digital.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned with us. This is our second conversation for this morning, and it's all about creating fairer markets through competition policy development. And we have joining us on set Senior Trade Economist at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Beresford Codd, as well as Executive Director of the Jamaica Fair Trading Commission, Mr. David Miller. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's a pleasure having both of you. Beresford, we could start with you just to share a bit about your collaboration, your ministry's collaboration with the Jamaica Fair Trading Commission in terms of developing our competition law here in Belize, which is very much needed.
Yeah, well, good morning again, guys, and thanks for having us. This collaboration with the Jamaica Fair Trading Commission is an extension of one that we've had previously with the CARICOM Competition Commission. So they are also in country. They're the regional body responsible for promoting competition and also overseeing competition matters across the region that happen between CARICOM countries. So if there's a merger issue, the CARICOM competition steps in when it's say like a Jamaican company and a Trinidadian company merges, because it might have some regional impact. So through that relationship, they were able to get us Mr. Miller, who is in to assist us with some guidance this week in this workshop that we're here to discuss.
Mr. Miller, let's bring you into the conversation. You could set the stage by defining competition law in the most brief terms, if you can, because I know you could go on extensively on it.
Make it palatable to our viewers.
I will make it as simple as possible and comfortable. But competition policy is about building a framework. There are consumers, their business and their goods and services. It's about bringing the three together so that consumers get the best product quality, choices, competitive prices. That's important to us as consumers, isn't it? And then you have the business people who are in to make money.
Yeah.
And creating a framework so that they can produce the quality goods that we need. They can innovate to bring more choices and more variety of products and services and improve the quality that they're bringing. And of course, there is investment which the government wants. The government wants more investment to drive the economy, bringing the consumers and the business together within a structured way makes that easier and that conversation more simple to invite investments into your economy. So that is what we are about, building out that framework that makes it work. The Jamaica Fair Trading Commission, we've been around for about 30 years, 33 to be exact, and it has been a slow process at some stages, but it's yielding good results for our consumers, definitely. We see investments on the business side going up, and it bringing more choices around to everybody. And it's important that we do that primarily because we want to have a better system for our citizens, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And we need to have that system. And it is through demand and supply, the force of demand and supply, regulating that system that makes it work.
Yeah.
So there's a competition law that governs it, what the firms should do and what they should not be doing. And this competition law speaks about goods and services and speaks about consumers obtaining redress, consumers having rights, and consumers obtaining those additional services that they need to live a more comfortable life.
If you're listening keenly, you can't help but acknowledge how timely this conversation almost feels, you know, especially because of what is currently taking place here in Belize, where competition in the telecoms industry is concerned. I want to ask you, Mr. Miller, I imagine you've been doing some of your homework and probably watching the news, seeing what's taking place here in Belize. What would you say is the importance of having competition where telecoms is concerned?
Well, Jamaica went through this process.
We also highlighted that, Paul.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Between 2000 and 2010, we had rigid competition in telecoms where there were several market participants. And consumers got the best out of it during this time. They continue to get the best out of it because the telecoms firms have had to step up to improve their quality, to improve the variety of services, have lowered their prices because of competition in telecoms. And as you are aware, the telecoms market, telecoms facilities are always changing, always developing. Data became the thing in 2013 up until now, moving away from voice and SMS calls. And that's innovation. That's what it results in. As you're aware now, we're on YouTube. That's the innovation that's taking place. We're moving away from mainstream television and newspapers. That's telecoms driven. So to have that framework for telecoms will help to drive that even faster. You have to keep up with what's going on. The firms are forced to keep up with the developments, and us as consumers, we know what's going on in the rest of the world, and we want these services, and we encourage the providers to provide these services.
But what about regulations? If I just say, you know, regulations could be put in place so that customers can expect improvement and innovation over time, that prices aren't increased just on a whim. Could regulations also do the same thing that competition?
Regulation is a must for this kind of market. It's high investment in infrastructure, and it requires a constant monitoring of that framework. So regulation, in a sense, mimics competition, where competition tends to fail because there are only two participants. They're not 4 or 5 like in the bank and other sectors in construction. There are only 2. And there is the tendency or the facility for the 2 to collude. That's the reality of life. So regulation acts as that referee within a structured way, because regulation takes place in all jurisdictions, or almost all jurisdictions across the world.
It's the guiding force.
Exactly.
It is essentially the competition in the absence of competition.
In the absence of real competition.
In the absence of real competition. But I want to jump back to Barry's word before, as we continue on that line. But why is advancing competition law happening now? It feels a bit belated, if you would.
I think it's for one there's always been need to develop capacity in the area in Belize. It's a very niche subject. Not a lot of people study economic regulation, so it's something that we haven't really broached over the years, simply because there's a lack of a deeper understanding and appreciation for it. We treat competition as something that happens almost naturally. BTL comes in, Smart comes in, they start going against each other, so the market tends to work itself out. But as Mr. Miller rightfully said, you have cases where collusion would happen, you know, because if you're only two players, you can always discuss. Not saying that is what's happening here, but it has happened in markets all over the world. For us, we have been advancing our implementation of our trade agreements. So our agreements with Europe and the UK both have competition elements to it, because for us in trade, competition is recognized as something necessary to facilitate trade. So if the markets don't remain open, your trading partners look at it as it's a non-starter. It's something for them that totally makes the market unattractive, because they can't get a foothold in the market, because you allow one player to control the market without any sort of regulation to correct that dominant behavior.
But where that is the reality, where that reality exists, does that is where the reality exists and is necessary. Let's say in electricity, for example, here in Belize, and in water supply as well. How does competition law apply then in the unavoidable cases?
Yes, the natural monopolies.
Natural monopolies, I refer to it.
Right, and that's why you need the regulator. That's why they need a regulator to ensure that consumers get value for their money.
Talk about that then. Talk about the regulator and how competition law guides regulators or establishes authorities within certain systems or economies.
Right, so competition law is building that framework within which competition can flourish. Regulators, in a sense, can mimic competition, so they have to be aware of the rules of competition and the structures that regulators bring to the oversight of those companies. Those market participants will ensure as best as possible that it can be done. As you said, electricity is like a natural monopolist, in particular in a small space economy like ours. And so it's even more important to have that strong regulation and that oversight competition policy. At the same time, it's even more so in telecoms. Telecoms has become just like light, electricity and water many years ago. It's an essential service nowadays. We have to have telecom services to live, to operate, to do business. And so that competition oversight is just as important to prevent things that could go awry. And I do not know the specifics of the Belize economy, but at the same time, such conduct are typically seen in other jurisdictions, and we want to prevent them as best as possible. And that's what Jamaica has done for many years now, in a structured manner.
Paul, if I may just to add, some of the additional benefits of having the law in place, in that natural monopoly setting, it gives the regulator the ability to control abuse of dominance. So if you have that one large dominant player, it gives the regulator some guidelines, some frameworks to deal with issues like predatory pricing, issues like bid rigging, issues like price fixing, things like that. So all the different market conditions that competition in itself would typically discipline, if you don't have that competition, then you need the law in place to ensure that you can react, you can help to correct the market as best as possible to make it beneficial for both the investor and for the consumer. It really is about striking that balance to ensure that everybody can win.
Would the PSU be considered like a PUC be considered like competition authority in this case?
So in Belize's case, we don't have a competition authority fully to the full sense of what the Jamaica Fair Trade Commission is, but there are some competition elements within, like the Telecommunications Act, for example. There's a whole section in the Telecoms Act that speaks to abuse of dominance. There's a section that speaks to what can be done if a firm is determined as dominant, and it gives the PUC certain powers to do things like set price caps and different things like that. So there is some elements of it intertwined in the domestic law, but there are areas where a standalone competition law would be better with how you treat mergers. So like the Telecoms Act, for example, isn't as detailed as a typical competition law would be in terms of what are your thresholds to trigger a merger review, clear with certain quantified market percentage figures. So say like if the market is more than 40% concentrated, then you have to do a full review. So things like that, a competition law can flesh out a little further and avoid confusion that is often seen when the regulator has to step in without those guidelines.
And I must add that typically the competition agency and the utilities regulator collaborate. They speak regularly. Now, the competition agency would have jurisdiction over most industries, most sectors, while the telecoms and energy are specialized. And there's some specifics to the specialization of those industries. The competition authority now has a broader look, not only telecoms or energy, construction, groceries, all other sectors. Because things do happen in these other sectors that you ought to be aware of. Consumers do need the services and goods from these other sectors to live comfortably. And such, there is the need for that competition law and that competition authority. And when you think about an authority, don't think that it's 50 people being employed by the government and all that. It's a specialized area. In Jamaica, we have about 3 million persons in our authority. It's 15 persons. But there's a structure for dealing with all the sectors that we need to. So it's not a heavy burden on the government purse.
Are there instances when the commission feels, and I'm talking about the Jamaica Commission, feels as if it is perhaps being influenced by the market and perhaps guiding forces within the market versus the commission influencing the market? And how does competition law perhaps bridge that gap?
It's our role to enforce the law, and the law comes first and foremost. As I always say, I don't think people want to breach a law deliberately, right? They want to obey the rules of the game. It's our job to ensure that the rules of the game are being abided by. And in our work, we do a lot of collaboration with the business community. Our job is not to prevent them from doing business, it's to encourage them to do better business, to encourage them to grow, to encourage investment, encourage that level playing field. And that's what we're about. You know, so it's to drive the economy through collaboration, through enforcing the rules of play, and ensuring that consumers get the best out of it.
So here we have an opportunity finally to strengthen Belize's economic governance. What's the next steps?
Yeah, so this week we are having our capacity building workshop that starts today. It runs for 3 days at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs building. We have about 20 different agencies represented, where we're getting senior managers and legal personnel from these different agencies, such as the Tax Service, Customs, Central Bank, this AG Ministry. So we have people from all over. It's great representation, and we do have a model bill already from CARICOM, because CARICOM, what they've done over the years is to give everybody a base standard, and you can use that to build your legislation from it. So from that, what we are doing, we'll be launching a questionnaire this week to the public, to different agencies, the different stakeholder groups, to get feedback on the bill, and we would then incorporate that feedback into a revised bill. We're putting it at around 2 months, thereabout. We'll give ourselves to run this consultation. So this is really going to be the kickoff of that process.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we do have to close this conversation, but it has been wonderful. I definitely learned quite a few about competition law and how this could impact Belize as well. We wish you guys all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we do have to take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. Our next conversation is Madisco, bringing delicious wine and cheese under the stars.
That's me. My data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Alright, on the one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. You look like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard, yes?
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter, they call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV for BL. How do you know?
Yes, man, they don't reach the money by to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area?
We're upgrading meters across Belize, house by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
Well, you don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should your banking. Belize Bank. Go digital.
That's me. My data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
We at Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomie. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
We are jumping into our next conversation, and it's all about Madisco bringing delicious wine and cheese under the stars. And I think it's quite fitting for this week's celebration of love. We have here with us no strangers to you guys. Of course, Aisha Williams, she is the event marketer representing Madisco. In the middle, Michelle Smith, she's the communications manager representing Belize City Council. And to the far left, we also have Cheyenne Miller. She's the beverage sales associate representing Madisco. And in just a moment, we're going to head things over to Paul, where he is joined by Johnny Alvarez. He's a beverage coordinator and events and planning representing Madisco as well. So they're going to be whipping up some cocktails. So jealous of them. But I'm here with my ladies, so it's fine, you know. The vibe is still good over here. Good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
You know, I was just telling them earlier that since last week, we've been talking about this wine and cheese event on Thursday, and I feel so excited for you guys. I can already tell that it's something that vendors are definitely anticipating. They're really excited about sharing their products, sharing this experience, really. It seems like it's going to be an experience. Aisha, let's get an overview of wine and cheese with Madisco.
Okay. So, I was gonna have Miss Mission to
you can pass the ball, babe.
Pass the ball over.
All right,
we have a lot of information.
Yes.
Okay, so of course, wine and cheese under the star. This is the first of its kind, and basically, it's an organized cultural lifestyle experience, which is hosted by Niche. Of course, on the grounds of the House of Culture. Yeah. So basically, this event will bring together live music, food, wine, of course, visual art, and creative entrepreneurship, you know, in a relaxing and welcoming environment at the House of Culture. And like I said, it's hosted by Niche, but supported by my good friend here, Madisco, and of course, the Belize City Council, which shows, you know, it reflects a strong partnership of culture, private enterprise, and local government.
Yeah, you guys have been really on the ground, for as long as I can remember. I remember earlier this year, or was it late last year, we were talking about Wine Down Wednesday and other initiatives and events that you guys have hosted, encouraging people to come out and experience, you know, that connection with each other. And nothing says connection like this event coming up right here.
And the Belize City Council is always about supporting, you know, community engagement and boosting that economic development.
Yes. Now talk about the partnership with Madisco, because I've always recognized Madisco to be one of those companies that have tried to fit themselves in other initiatives aside from just what they do on their own. Aisha, I've acknowledged that several times before as well. Why did you guys decide to partner with the Belize City Council and NIT by extension?
Well, for us, I believe it's just a good collaboration, and it's a way for us as a company to once again always give back, always to be partnering with these nice events, especially for Valentine's coming up. You can always mix wine and cheese along with love.
Yeah.
And it's a good way for us to also have small businesses come out and showcase what they have to offer. And then at the same time, we can show what Madisco also has to offer, because we're not only wines and cheeses and food products, but we also have bar services as well. So it's a way for us to promote ourselves as a company, and for you to see, the kind of cocktails that you can make using the products available at Madisco.
All right. Well, I want to take things over to Cheyenne and talk about some of the drinks that will be on the line, some of the wines, as you can see on screen. Look at that beautiful display, guys. I am so excited to learn some of what will be available. Tell us.
Right. So we have thought that wines couldn't be a very more loving setting under the stars, and I believe the night will literally be an experience. You'll come out, you'll gain knowledge. Madisco carries like a wide variety of wines from around the country, so being out there, have a beautiful atmosphere, the stars are out, and then getting the experience of the wines, I believe it was a perfect fit for us to do. Like I said, being out there, for me, it's an experience. You'll have sweet wine, you'll gain the knowledge of it, you'll have dry wine, you'll gain the knowledge, because we'll have those one-on-one conversation with our customers, So for me, it's an experience, and I want everyone to come out and have that experience with Madisco and the other vendors out there.
If there's anything that I've learned in the past couple years is a bit of wine education, wine education. And talk about some of the items that are on display right now. Will these be available on Thursday?
Yes, these will be available. So here we have options. We have sweet wine.
Okay. What's a sweet wine?
It's the Ladnena. So just for a little wine 101, so we'll be like, okay, this is a sweet wine. We'll have you swirl, we'll have you taste, smell the aroma, and the wine is from Australia. Then we'll move on. This is a dry wine from California, so it will be definitely an experience out
So
there.
both of these are sweet wines?
Yes, both are.
Okay, and then do you have drier options as well? Because I know that there are people who might not necessarily have that sweet tooth.
Yeah, we do have. So that's the Kendall Jackson, and if you notice, our Kendall Jackson pairs with a wine opener. So once you purchase, you definitely get a wine opener. So you have a lot. You have a lot available on that night.
Okay.
Apart from that, we cannot forget our famous double XL. And again,
Miss Mish, you made me try that, and I will not forget it. And then the one at the back?
Yeah, that's the Kendall Jackson. That's a white. That's
so you can get it white and red?
Yes.
Okay, got you. Well, this sounds like it's going to be so fun. And again, it's on Thursday.
Yes, we forget to mention that it's this Thursday, which is February 12th, at the House of Culture. And please, it will be, everybody know the House of Culture is located on Dame Menita Garden Drive, which is formerly known as Regent Street, and it starts 5:30 to 10 p.m. It's a free event. The entrance is free. The vendors that are there, there were no charge, and of course you enjoy live entertainment by, you have Super Fira Band all the way from Orange Walk, you have Cindy and Leon, and of course you have Firestarter song. So it's an experience, not only wine, and what best location to have this event? The House of Culture, so people can come out and enjoy this culture space.
Yes, absolutely. Well, before we head over to Paul, Aisha, you mentioned that one of the things you also want people to know about Madisco is that it's more than just purchasing products. You can also have access to your bars as well, and your bartenders. Before we head over to Paul, let's get a few more information on what people can expect from Madisco.
Sure. Well, I don't want to just focus on just Madisco. I'd like to give a little highlight to the vendors. So when it comes to wine vendors, it's going to, of course, be Madisco. We're going to have Premium Wines, Winesmith, Racino's Wine House, Sangria Mia. And when it comes to cheese vendors, I love Grazing Boards and Cheese Lovers Delight.
All right. And we do have 2 items on the floor here on display. Tell us a bit about this, Cheyenne.
So these are just options that Madisco carries when it comes to like gift baskets. So we'll definitely have numerous basket and packages out there for Valentine's.
Look at that, guys. You can get wine and a lotion in there. That's beautiful. And then that one over there, what's inside that one?
So this one holds 3 wine, and this was perfect for the event because this is like a star.
Yes.
The box.
Quite on theme.
Right. So this holds 3 wine. Again, another option if you want to purchase a Valentine gift or perhaps a birthday gift at the event itself.
One-stop shop. All right. Well, let me head things over to Paul at this time. Paul, what do you have going on?
Excellent conversation, Sabrina. So I have Mr. Johnny Alvarez, the beverage coordinator, as well as events and planning over at Madisco. He has a lot of roles, and this morning he is whipping us up a drink, something that will get us in the mood for this event under the stars. Johnny, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Paul.
So what do you have planned to prepare for us this morning?
Okay, so right over here, preparing a Galaxy Light Sparkler, whereby it uses our famous Cascavejo tequila, or blue curacao morning, pineapple juice, lime concentrate, fresh squeeze, and we'll rim the glass with salt, and also with tahini, with fresh slice of pineapple wedge, right?
So the vision is to have something look like we're under the stars, right? Like a little galaxy.
Yes, right.
Because I see the blue, I could catch the vision, right? Where do we begin?
All right, so over here we'll start with the ice.
Ice, first and foremost. Now, will you be at the event on Thursday?
Yes, Mr.
What
Paul.
will you be doing at that event on Thursday?
On that event, I will be the bartender as well.
The bartender,
So-
nice.
So I will focus mainly on the signature drinks.
Okay, good. And this is one of them.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So we don't have the ice in the cup with
Yes,
the
sir.
next.
So I will pour 2 ounces of tequila.
So tequila.
It's tequila. So you can use our Tito's vodka or tequila.
What's the recommended dosage for 8 o'clock in the morning?
8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, how much should I put there?
2 ounces.
All right, so that's the recommended
Yeah.
dosage for 8 in the morning. 2
No
ounces.
problem.
Got it. This is tequila from Madisco.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Exclusivity, right?
What's nice about this?
It's really good. It's 38% in alcohol, 100% agave. You know tequila come from Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Fully established.
Yeah, and 100% agave, that's a good thing.
Good thing, yes, sir.
All right.
Right over
Good.
here.
So we got 2 ounces of tequila.
So over here, I get my shaker. Put in about 2 scoops of ice as well.
Okay. Good. I'll move this aside.
No problem. 1.5 ounce of morning. Over here, rich in flavor as well, right?
Morning.
Morning, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Tequila morning go good in the morning, you know.
Of course. 2 dash of lime concentrate.
Yeah.
Over here, we have fresh pineapple juice, right?
Yeah. Is this something you've been doing for some time with Madisco? Like, since you got so much drinks around you, you try your hand and you perfect some of the drinks?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I imagine so. You like to know exactly how to navigate it. All right.
Over here.
Remember,
I already have the 2 ounces of
exactly.
tequila.
You're gonna see the colors now.
No problem.
Nice, man. Yeah.
Here we have the glitters, edible.
What you call that, glitters?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah,
Edible,
glitters.
right? So
Wow.
something that can use in any cocktails, food, cakes.
Man, you're really enhancing this drink. I mean, I would have been happy with just the tequila in the morning, but now you're really the carrot up a notch.
Over here.
All right, so you got the blue glitters.
The blue and the gold. Edible, right?
Yeah, it is edible. And I got no taste actually.
Stir.
Okay, I'm thinking I left it. So you stir it in.
Yes, sir. Stir.
Oh, look at it, and it still looks glittery, right? It doesn't dissolve.
Sure. So right over here now, what I will do, I will rim the glass.
Rim the glass. What you got in? What you got in this thing here?
This is salt and blue morning.
Blue morning, so more morning.
Yes, sir.
And then
this is the this over here is the tahine.
Tahine.
To give it the flavor of the pineapple,
Right.
right?
Okay. Nice, man. You really look like you know what to do, my brother.
Sure.
And I definitely trust you behind the bar at this event. Okay. I still amazed by the glitters. So anything they don't dissolve and you could they're actually edible.
Over here. Over here now I put my pineapple wedge.
Yeah, add some ice to that cup there now. I think your pineapple drop off on her, but nothing we have put them back on. We got next one, this stuff will back up.
Yeah.
Correct.
So right over here now we have the Galaxy Light Sparkler, right?
Galaxy, how you call it?
Light Sparkler.
Galaxy Light Sparkler.
Right over here you can see the glitters.
Look how good that looks. Look how beautiful that is. And then you add straw. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna put this up front just so the camera could catch that. When you look at that, guys, and that's our signature drink for this morning. Alright, so that's what we have. The Galaxy, remind me one more time?
Galaxy Light Sparkler.
Light Sparkler. One more time, tell me how you're using this.
Just over here we use the 2.5 Casco Viejo tequila. You can use that or you can use the Tito's vodka. Also a pineapple juice, blue curacao, and fresh lime squeeze.
Right, so
two splash of that and pineapple juice.
And then the glitters.
The glitters.
Where are you getting glitters from?
Well, it's something that you can find anywhere, but basically.
Okay, so you could find it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Right.
So
Excellent.
I use for cakes, cocktails, we use for food as well.
Yeah. Why would you recommend people come out to this event on Thursday and try your hands behind the bar?
Because like you can always come support. We have so many stuff that we have the non-alcoholic section of the bar. We have the alcoholic section as well. A huge selection of whiskeys, imported vodkas.
Nice.
And strawberry daiquiri will be over there. Mango daiquiri, which is virgin, right? Shirley Temple, Sprite, and cherries.
So you guaranteed for treat your clients then with love once they come to this event because they want to love.
Of course.
All right, good. So I could try it.
You want to go ahead?
You know, Carmina the Galaxy earlier that morning, right? Make me try this. This tequila. Wow, that's really good, man. Good stuff.
Yes, man.
Yes, you're the miss out. Come.
Yeah, I'll come. And you have glitters all over your lip, Paul.
Do I? Yeah, it's the morning, girl.
All right. Well, we do have to take another quick break. And this has been wonderful, guys. Good luck to you. It sounds like it's going to be an exciting event on Thursday. At this time, we take another quick break. And when we come back, our next conversation is uniting youth through basketball with Ahmadiyya Basketball League.
Me, my data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
All right. When the one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. It look like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard, yes?
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter, they call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV for BL. How do you know?
Yes, man, they don't reach the money by to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area?
We're upgrading meters across Belize, house by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
You don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should your banking. Belize Bank. Go digital.
Mother's me, my data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Mother's me, my data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Banquet Equipment Parts Service.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should your banking. Belize Bank. Go digital.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. We have another exciting conversation for you guys, and we have joining us on this conversation Mr. Kasim Guman. He's a missionary at the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, Belize. And so, Mr. Guman, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's a pleasure having you, sir. We were talking a bit, chit-chatting a bit before the segment, and you were telling me that prior to being here in Belize, you're in Canada, and that you've been in Belize for about a year. What has your experience been like here in Belize?
Yes, so I was posted here in Belize last August.
Last August?
So I've just
so it's
here.
Less than a year.
Yes,
okay.
yes. So just been out trying to get to know the people and kind of see how I could help the youth especially and Belize in general. So overall, my experience in the past 5-6 months has been very good. Like the people of Belize, they're very open-hearted, very welcoming, and everybody's always open to have a conversation. No matter where you might be in Belize, you'll find somebody that wants to talk, have a conversation. So it's been a very good experience in that regard, yeah.
And speaking about finding ways to help youth, one of the things that Ahmadiyya has been doing for the last decade or so, and is the Ahmadiyya basketball tournament. And so my understanding is you all are doing a 2026 iteration of it, and it's began last week, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So we have just started our 11th season of the Ahmadiyya Basketball League, and this past Sunday we had the first set of games. And this league, it basically consists of 5 categories: under 10, under 13, under 15, under 18, and under 22. And we also have a category for the females as well. And this year we are seeing that the competition every year after year, it just keeps getting better. So there's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of skill that is being polished through this league as well. And we saw that last Sunday as well.
How does basketball bridge the gap between people and faith?
Well, I feel basketball is a sport, especially as Belizeans, many people do love. And what it does is it gives you a way to start a conversation with new people. The love that people have for the game of basketball, it brings people together. You know, just past Sunday, I saw that being so new to this country, I was able to talk to everybody in the gym. And it was no problem because we all shared that same love for the game, and it just opened up more conversation amongst us, yes.
So it's an element of community there, of connection, that can be had on the court or in the gym that you won't necessarily find so easily when you're out in the streets, because like you're saying, you have one common desire, one common love for a thing, correct?
For sure, and that's exactly what we saw as well, that in the game everybody is giving their best to become victorious. You know, you're facing an opponent team, But right as soon as the game was over, both teams, they would stand in the middle of the court and they would shake hands. And they'd congratulate each other, and they'd motivate each other to continue to try harder. And that was something very beautiful. And that's something that's attached to the game of basketball itself, that while you're competing, at that moment you give it your all. But after that, there's no animosity amongst each other.
It's like, it's healthy conflict in a sense, right? It's because we are on opposing sides, and the goal is for one of us to win. But at the end of the day, we don't do it in a manner that is destructive to the opponent or the other person. They are competition, but at the end of the day, they're still our brothers or sisters, wherever that stands. How many teams are competing this year?
So this year we have 35 teams in the total categories. Yes, and those teams, they come from all over Belize. In fact, we even have 4 teams that are coming from Mexico this year.
No.
Yes.
How did you all land that? How did that happen?
So it's just been an ongoing communication with them, and there's been a camp in Mexico that they really wanted to bring teams out this year. So they've put in 4 teams for this year's league throughout different categories this year. Yeah.
How do you ensure that the opportunity reaches every corner of the country, if you would?
Well, a lot of that has to do with the publicity as well. And then the league itself, it kind of speaks for itself now as well. As you mentioned, that now it's been happening for a decade. So people actually look forward to this league, and they want to play in this league. And they reach out to us with inquiries about the league as well. And then we try our level best that wherever we can, we accommodate as many teams as possible. You know, we want that, especially for the youth, basketball becomes an avenue for them to forget about all the hardships that they're facing, all the negativity around them, and bring some positive change amongst the youth.
What if you're not from the same faith, or if you don't believe the same things?
There's no problem with that. Like, you'll notice that as Muslims, we are holding this Ahmadiyya Basketball League for the entire Belize. And we are not doing this as a religious organization, but only to help the youth. We see that the youth, there's a lot of potential in them. And basketball is one of those sports that it teaches you real life skills. For example, while you're on the court, there's a lot of frustration, but you're forced to work with a team. And you all have a common goal, which is to come out victorious. So you work towards that goal, and you try your level best to achieve that goal. And in that process, you build character, you build yourself, and that is what we want to see of our youth of Belize.
How long is the tournament expected to go on for this year?
This year's tournament, it should go about 3 to 4 months. And the finals should be expected somewhere in May.
And is there like a grand prize, something that people walk away with, maybe bragging rights?
So there's trophies. I know this year the teams that had won previously, they came in and they were like, we're the defending champs this year. So there's a lot of pressure with that as well, that, you know, you were the champions last year, so you have to try and come out on top again. So it all basically just comes down to trying to be that team that can call themselves the champions.
For those who are interested in attending this weekend, where will the games be held this weekend?
The games are currently happening at the Hub.
Okay.
And one game happens at one time. Previous years, what we had was 2 courts would be happening at the same time. But this year, so that we can focus more on the games, there's only one game going at one time. Yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to add that we may have missed or looked over?
I feel, as what we mentioned to the youth as well previously last Sunday, was that this league, it's been happening for over a decade now. And one of the things to keep in mind, especially for the youth, is that the most important thing is to build ourselves and to continue to spread positivity. And that is one thing that we are trying to do this year, where we are trying to highlight these kids on social media more as well, trying to spread just absolute positivity throughout the country of Belize, and show people that no matter what our faith might be, we can come together and we can have a good time, we can have good conversation, and religion does not divide us, rather it brings us together. So that is the goal behind all of this, that, you know, we try to show the world that it doesn't matter what background you come from, what streets you grew up on, you can come together and have a good time, and we're all family at the end of the day.
Yeah, I have family and friends that have gone through the Ahmadiyya League for years, and they're good citizens. And a huge part of it is because of the character that they built participating in this league. So thank you so much, and thanks to your community and your people for continuing to commit to this venture. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And so with that, we're going to take another break. And when we come back, we're going to have live music on set. You don't want to miss this one. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should your banking. Belize Bank. Go digital.
Crossed borders in Central America, searching for the stories behind the places we think we know. I'm Sabrina Daly, traveling as a Belizean, curious about the culture, the people, and the experiences that make each destination stand out. From the spirited landscapes of Honduras to the evolving heartbeat of El Salvador. This journey explores what it really feels like to travel our region. This is Across Borders.
That's me. My data and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. dream a while and scheme a while, and you'll be sure to find happiness. And I guess all those things you've always pined for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell. Oh, baby, until that lucky day, you know darn well, my baby, I cannot give you anything but love. bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell. Oh, baby, you dream a while, you scheme a while, and you'll be sure to find that happiness. And I guess all those dreams you've always pined for, gee, I'd like to see you looking swell. Oh, baby, diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell. Oh, baby, until that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I cannot give you anything. Cannot give you anything. I cannot give you anything but love.
Whoa, that was amazing. Thank you guys so much for that beautiful performance. Guys, you just heard on instruments Katie Martuccini. She is that beautiful vocals that you just heard right there. Also on guitar is Josh Dunn. We also have with us Joshua, last name escapes me. Herrera at this time, of course, and Christopher DeShiel, he was here yesterday with us, but he's on bass behind me. And then, of course, no stranger to you guys, Loreto, Pelayo. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. This was beautiful. And if you enjoyed this performance, you can expect a full performance as well this Thursday. Yes? Tell us a bit about it, Loreto.
Yeah, so I've been doing like these concerts over the past year with just the goal of bringing, you know, this type of music to Belize. You know, I've always said it's like a piece of New York here in Belize, and as we know, Belizeans love states, you know, and so a very inexpensive way to have that experience here. But not only that, every concert has been kind of different. You know, when Nathan came, that was a different song. When Russell came, you know, that was a different vibe. Ryan, just so much energy. And now, you know, with Katie Martucci and Josh Dunn, you know, I feel like you know, it's a different style of music that we haven't really explored that much with the band, you know, this style of vocals, you know, just, I think it's a good experience for Belizeans to come out, and, you know, the jazz repertoire is filled with all of these, a lot of love songs and a lot of songs that, you know, the lyrics and everything have persisted through generations. So I think for Valentine's Day, I feel like Belizeans need a reason to come out to an event, and with Valentine's Day, that's the, you know, perfect reason. And I think about it this way: you could treat your loved ones to a once in a lifetime event, you know, for Belize.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, this is a perfect way to spend your Valentine's Day. Tickets are $50, and you know, it's just such a beautiful, you know, thing, this music. And
I can't agree more, Loreto. I mean, you said something really key. You mentioned that it's a once in a lifetime, or once in a, I guess, experience that you would get, because I haven't seen you do the same type of performance another time. I was at your last one. I really enjoyed it. My colleague Paul was also there too. We had a great experience, and so I'm really looking forward to what this show will also be about. Tell us the venue, the time frame, and how we can get tickets.
It's at the Bliss this time again, and it's February 12th. It's this Thursday.
Okay.
So this Thursday at the Bliss, $50. You could get tickets either by messaging the Instagram page Jazz Belize, the Facebook page Loreto Pelayo Quartet. If you know me personally, you could message me. You know, I think tickets should be at the Bliss starting today as well.
Okay.
And again, I just hope people could come out and you know, hear this awesome band.
I agree. This is great, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. At this time, we do have to wrap things up, though. Paul, I'm not sure if you want to come back on set, and know you were dancing behind the scenes. He was enjoying the vibe,
music,
guys.
Really loved it.
But as we close things off, it is February 10th, and if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com.
You could also catch us live on Facebook every weekday morning at Open Your Eyes BZ, or Instagram for all the behind the scenes content at OYE Belize.
You can even call us or text us on our OYE phone number. That's 675-2555. But please do us a favor and join us again tomorrow when you open your eyes
and start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Why don't we take it back over to you guys to close off the show? All right. Bye, guys.
But love, baby, that's the only thing I've plenty of. Baby, dream a while and scheme a while, and you'll be sure to find that happiness. And I guess all those dreams you've always planned for, I'd like to see you looking swell. Baby, diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.